Yo, 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 yo. This is your guy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Come on, man. Come on, man. How many? Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six. I need 7 of them things. The Philadelphia Eagles. Your Philadelphia Eagles are now 7-0 on the regular season. Untouchable, the undefeatable, the impregnable, the improbable. Listen, let's call it what it is, you guys. Look, man, I'm so excited. Like, I've been up for hours. I've been driving for hours. Your boy is exhausted. Your boy is tired. Your boy is running on a lot of caffeine right now. But I need y'all to feel me on this. Your Philadelphia Eagles are the real deal. Your Philadelphia Eagles don't come for play. They don't play around with their food. Y'all had questions. A lot of people had questions. Can they keep up the pace in the second half? Can they keep the pressure on in the second half? And what did they do? What did they do? 14 points in the second half. Not much. You didn't need much. But they dropped a 35 ball to be exact, on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Listen, Jalen Hurts might be the most hated, the most underappreciated in this NFL. I don't know why people don't want to give him his props, man. I don't know why people are afraid to get on the train. Does it hurt that bad to get a young man his props? Let's just go by the numbers, because some people won't believe you until you tell them. Jalen Hurts, okay, 19 for 28, 285 yards, average 10 yards a play, 10 yards an attempt, 4 touchdowns, and 140.6 quarterback rating, 140.6 passer rating. Look, y'all get on him about not throwing enough touchdown passes. What did he do? He gave y'all 4 of them. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but he gave y'all 4 of them. 4 touchdown passes, 3 by way of A.J. Brown, 1 to Zach Pascal. It was the A.J. Brown show. Let's just call it what it is. A.J. Brown, 6 receptions, 156 yards, averaged 26 yards a catch, 3 touchdowns. Longest catch of the day was 43 yards. The first touchdown of the day by Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. Come on, man. Let's call it what it is. 39-yard touchdown pass, deep ball. The second touchdown pass between them, 27-yard deep ball. The third one, 29 yards. And then he hit Zach Pascal. He hit Zach Pascal for how much? How much was it? 34-yard TD pass. Stop trying to tell me this man can't throw the deep ball. Stop trying to tell me this young brother got a noodle arm. Make it make sense, people. Let's talk to the people. I appreciate y'all for being here. Let's not go too far without y'all being acknowledged. We got my man Jinx Wolf in the building. We got the GOAT Michi. What's good, my brother? What's good? And we got Ryan Rowe in the building. Make sure y'all smash that like button first and foremost. When you come into the party, make sure y'all smash that like button. Remember, the like button is what? Currency in this YouTube game. It helps with the algorithms. It helps with everything we do on Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. This was such a fun game to watch, and I understand that this is, when you put your foot on the neck of the competition, it's easy to get bored. It's easy to just fall in between the cracks and, just put your feet up and not pay too much attention. It's easy to just focus on the next thing. But nah, this Philadelphia Eagles team is focusing on the now. They're focusing on what's in front of them. And how can you be defiant of what's in front of you? How can you fight against destiny? Tell me how. Tell me how. There was plenty ups in this game. There were some downs, some, not many, some. And those downs, we nitpicking, right? It's so many things that really break down in this game. So, let's start with the first quarter. I got some notes here that I want to touch on. Some things, some observations I had in the first quarter. First things first, just the fact that we came out swinging like always. The first two drives, 14 points, just straight like that. We opened the game with a 3-and-out on the Pittsburgh Steelers. We forced them to 3-and-out. We sacked Kenny Pickett. We're gonna talk about the defensive line as the show progresses, but your Philadelphia Eagles scored in their first two drives, 14 points. Now they allowed the Pittsburgh Steelers to respond. That's okay. It's gonna happen. They was able to move the ball a little bit, but for the most part, they couldn't really do much against us. Defensive line had how many sacks? 6 sacks, if I'm not mistaken. Had about 6 sacks. And, there were moments where I felt like the 4-man pass rush wasn't getting home. I still believe the 4-man pass rush needs to be tweaked. I don't know what it is, but our 4-man pass rush struggles to get home. We're going to talk about that, but let's focus on the good, y'all. It's too much to be happy about. Too much to be happy about. I'm watching this game, and the Philadelphia Eagles are moving the ball methodically. They're moving the ball with not much resistance. They tried to double A.J. Brown. They tried to double him. They tried to bracket him. They tried to do all those things, and they couldn't do a damn thing about it. And look, the running game struggled at first. We struggled. We only got 111 rushing yards. It took us into the second half to really get the running game going a little bit. Miles Sanders, started to pick it up. But the passing game was just on point today, and you got to give credit where credit is due. Jalen Hurts didn't even have to throw the ball 30 times. He threw the ball 28 times. But on top of that, we really didn't dictate time of possession because we were taking care of our business. We didn't waste too much time. We were scoring quickly, efficiently. The Pittsburgh Steelers won time of possession in terms of 34 minutes, 18 seconds compared to our 25 minutes and 42 seconds. And that's not really a big deal in this kind of game because clearly we were just efficient. We were moving the ball. We had big plays. We didn't have too many red zone situations because Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown connection was so electric early on. It was magnetic. It was eclectic. It was affluent. They were eating they were just leaving their mark in every facet of the game. That back shoulder fade between A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts is damn near unstoppable. Shout out to my man Brawster. What's going on, family? Hope all is well. Make sure y'all smash that like button on the way in and make sure you smash it on the way out. I appreciate the love and support. Like I said when we first started, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 of them. Your Philadelphia Eagles are 7-0. And we got to give credit to not only Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown for doing their thing, obviously, but we also got to give credit to the fact that our offensive play calling is pretty damn good. I had a bit of a problem with some of the sequencing earlier on, I'll admit. I kind of felt like the offense was just a little herky-jerky, was just a little stagnant, just a little bit at moments, at times. I felt like we could have put way more points on the board. But, it is what it is. No big deal. No love lost. No harm. No harm, no foul, right? Sorry, you guys. I know we glitching a little bit. Wi-Fi acting up. Hope you guys still sticking around. I know the internet glitching just a little bit, but hope you guys still here. But like I said, I understand that we could have put up significantly more points. We could have. And I wish that we would have. I wish we would have dropped a 50 ball on them, from being honest. It could have got that disrespectful. It could have, but it didn't happen that way. And we took advantage of most of the opportunities. 35 points. I ain't mad at it. I'm getting so frustrated. Like I'm flabbergasted by the type of criticism that Jalen Hurts be getting at times. It blows my mind. Oh, he's the same passer as last year. How so? He got a noodle arm. How so? All he can do is run. How so? If I'm not mistaken, Jalen Hurts only ran the ball 2 times today. He can't respond to the blitz. How so? The Pittsburgh Steelers was blitzing on damn near every play. And what did Jalen Hurts do? Bomb, A.J. Brown. Bomb, A.J. Brown. Bomb, A.J. Brown. It was bombs over Baghdad. Come on, man. Come on, man. They can't be serious. I need to know what was y'all perspective on this game, right? I want you guys to tell me, what was your favorite moment of the game? I want to know from you guys. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you guys are locked in on the content. What was your favorite moment from the game? It could be a touchdown pass. It could be a forced turnover. It could be something as simple as offensive line play. What was your favorite part of the game? What was the part of the game that made you go, oh, wow, okay? What was the moment in the game that made you jump out your seat? What was the moment of the game that made you hit the top of your head on the ceiling fan and made your mama scream upstairs, boy, you better stop jumping on my damn floor? What was the moment of the game when your wife had to look at you sideways? You better stop screaming in my house. What was that moment of the game where you was holding the baby and you jumped up and you woke her up and you like, oh, shh, go back to sleep, go back to sleep, go back to sleep. Shh. Let's go, Eagles. Let's go. Let's go. What was the moment where the chip bowl fell? Like, you ever get too excited and the chip bowl just go up in the air? Chips flying, popcorn flying everywhere. What was the moment? You got to let me know. Because I get excited about a lot of stuff. I get excited about the little stuff. I get excited when the offensive line pancake an edge rusher. You dig what I'm saying? I get excited when, you know, I get excited when I see amazing offensive line play. I get excited when I see a crazy stiff arm. You dig what I'm saying? Like, it's so much to really talk about in this game because, you know, I understand the Pittsburgh Steelers are a team that's still trying to figure it out. And I don't want to bloviate about this win too much, but I'm going to talk my ish, and that's just who I am, you guys. Y'all already know how I get down. This your boy, Tone DeShields II. And let's really look at this. The first 6 games, Jalen Hurts, I don't want to say struggled, but the blitz was kind of throwing him off his rhythm. You saw it in the Arizona Cardinals game. He responded somewhat in that Dallas Cowboys game, but in this Pittsburgh Steelers game, I think today was his best game in terms of responding to the blitz. And that's been the quote unquote weakness of this offense, right? They say Jalen Hurts is not really one of the more accurate or one of the more effective quarterbacks on the blitz. I disagree clearly. The most spectacular thing about Jalen Hurts is the fact that when he makes a mistake or when there's a deficiency in his game, he responds. He responds, and he does amazing things with the opportunity. Let's get to some of these chats. Michi says that bubble screen play that lost 10 yards killed one drive, I think, in the quarter. Yeah, that was on Devontae Smith. He kind of over-evaluated that. He did too much in that situation. Michi also says the reason people don't like Hurts is because of what happened in college and don't want to give him a chance to develop. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to let that go. It's strange. It's strange how they think people just can't elevate their game somehow. Jonas Espinal, what's going on, my man? He says, hey, what's up, Tone? Big win, go Birds. Question, do you think that Howie still got more trades up his sleeve? I do. I think Howie has one more move up his sleeve. I don't think he's done. I think Howie Roseman goes after a running back. I think Howie Roseman makes a move for a running back, from being honest, or a safety. Don't be surprised if he goes for a running back or a safety. I think the safety position is probably the weakest on the team in general. So that's what I expect. Jonas, thanks for locking in on the content, man. I really appreciate you. Brawster says, bro, I could call the plays off the call sheet and it will look good. This offense could do everything. That's true. That's true. What's so dope about this offense is that they have so much misdirection. They also have so many plays where you have to make a business decision. Do you want to go after the quarterback? Do you want to go after the running back? Do you want to go after the tight end or the wide receiver crossing or hitting to the flat? Every passing play has so many different outcomes that you have to account for. And that's what makes this team, that's what makes the Philadelphia Eagles hard to practice for, because they have one of the more unorthodox offenses in the NFL. A lot of people love to criticize Jalen Hurts. A lot of people love to criticize Nick Sirianni for their RPO system. You criticizing it, but you can't stop it. They criticizing it, but they can't limit the production. It's more than one way to skin a cat. It's more than one way. It's more than one way to accomplish a task. It's more than one way to play this game of football. You see, people love putting Jalen Hurts in a box. They love putting his team in a box. His only one is not traditional. He's not a 7-step drop quarterback. The RPO, that's a college system. It won't last in the NFL. Wait till the NFL figures it out. The RPO been a part of the NFL for the past several years. Don't get mad because the Eagles executed the best. Don't be upset because the Eagles executed the best. It's okay. Every team got their flavor. The RPO is ours. It maximizes the ability of Jalen Hurts. So don't hate the player, hate the game. It's going to be what it's going to be. Either you're going to get with us or get lost. What's up, Drew Johnson? How you feeling, my man? Michi says, my favorite was the second TD from Hurts to Brown. Beautiful throw. Absolutely. Oh, my God. You broke Michi, you spitting right now. Look, that throw, the second touchdown from Jalen to AJ Brown, spectacular. Just spectacular. The first one was a little shaky because he threw it in double coverage, and if Minka Fitzpatrick was a little bit more aggressive, he probably could have intercepted that ball or probably could have swatted it, one or the other. But AJ Brown was the aggressor, and that's what you pay $100 million for. That's why you pay this man $25 million a year, to be the aggressor, to be the bully, to be the strong back man. You did what I'm saying? That's what you pay for. AJ Brown is the number one wide receiver. I remember before the season started, right? You had Cowboys fans, and we're gonna talk about them. We're gonna talk about the Giants too. We're gonna get into all that. But you had Cowboys fans trying to say that CeeDee Lamb was better than AJ Brown. Huh? CeeDee Lamb not even on the same. He's not even in the same stratosphere as AJ Brown. He's not even on the same planet. They're not even in the same solar system. You dig what I'm saying? So come on now. Jalen Hurts, that connection is real. Drew Johnson says it's tough. I say the Hargrave fumble. That was a good fumble. He needed that. Hargrave had 2 sacks on the day, a forced fumble. You know what I mean? A tackle for loss. Hargrave was everywhere today. He did an amazing job. Brosser said my favorite part was when Fat Batman showed up. Yo, man, they cracking me up with this Batman stuff. I ain't gonna hold you, man. Sooner or later, we're gonna have 53 Batmans on the team. We got skinny Batman, fast Batman, strong Batman. We got fat Batman. Sooner or later, we're gonna have shifty Batman. You know, we're gonna have vertical Batman. We're gonna have electric Batman. It's crazy. Dang Burrito, what's going on, my man? What's going on? Brosser says Pascal play was a playoff type of play. That was a really good. It felt so good to see Zach Pascal get his touchdown, because Zach Pascal, he's been I don't want to say he's been ignored, but you know, he's not the main guy on this offense, so he has to get his where he fit in, and he got to take advantage of his opportunities when they come his way. And he took advantage of his opportunities every single time, you know. Drew Johnson said I was hyped for Zach Pascal's TD. Definitely jumped up when Epps missed the interception. Oh my God, Epps got to take advantage of that, man. Epps got to do a little bit of a better job taking advantage of that. That was right in his hands, and I don't understand how that didn't turn into an interception, but it is what it is. Drew Johnson says, really wanted Epps to get one. He is the only one that doesn't have one in the secondary. I was just talking about that earlier with my man Xander. I was telling him that, Epps is the only one in the DB room out of the starters that doesn't have an interception. Slay got like 3 or 4 of them. Bradbury got like 2 or 3 of them, something like that. Avonte Maddox got 1, I think. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson got like 4 of them. It's crazy. It's crazy. Dank says people talk about the defense not being aggressive enough. They allowed 13 points and Steelers were 1-12 on third down. That's huge, actually. That's huge. And you know what? It's so funny about the defense thing because I understand what they mean by by them not being aggressive enough. But when you look at the point total, how can you argue with the results, right? That's the fascinating part about it. There are moments where you feel like this defense could be more aggressive. There are moments. I think we all can agree there are moments where we feel like, damn, you should have blitzed right there, or damn, you should have put more pressure on the quarterback right there. But then when you look at the score total, you be like, hold on, wait, we only gave up 13 points. That is beyond me, because let's be frank about it. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they had moments where they were moving the ball pretty well. If you ask me, there were moments, but the moments didn't last long. That's why they call them moments. Ding Burrito says AJ is like a better version of Anquan Bolden. Whoa, wow! Listen, man, Anquan Bolden was the real deal. Anquan Bolden was the real deal. I love AJ Brown, but I'm not ready to say he was better than Anquan. He's a better version of Anquan Bolden. He up there for sure, though. He up there. I'm not gonna take nothing away from him. He up there. But Anquan Bolden, he's put up a Hall of Fame career, if you ask me. It's just a matter of time before he get into the Hall of Fame. But Anquan Bolden, yeah, they very similar. I give you that. They play the same, definitely. Definitely. Hey, listen, you guys, make sure you smash that like button. I really appreciate all the love and support. Shout out to my man. Shout out to my man Jason Rose for coming in the building. But he says, of course not, Tone, since the guy's only 25, but soon he can. No, I'm not saying that he can't. I'm not saying that he's not Anquan Bolden like. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I was just responding to what my man, who said that? Was it Dank? I'm trying to remember who said that. No, Michi. No, who said the Anquan Bolden thing? I'm trying to remember who said that. Dank. Dank brought up Anquan Bolden. He called him a better version. And I was only trying to clear it up as far as, hey, I'm not ready to put him in Anquan Bolden territory just yet. Just yet. Because Anquan Bolden, in my opinion, is a future Hall of Famer. In my opinion. Because when healthy, Anquan Bolden was the real deal. But some people might feel like he's there, though. You know what I'm saying? But you're right, Jason. It's so fun to have a guy like AJ. AJ Brown is what you call a true number one. He's a true number one. He has the size, the physicality, the strength, the speed, the twitchiness, the hands, the vertical, the first step, the route running, the discipline, the focus, the swag, the juice. You dig what I'm saying? AJ Brown is the total package. The late hands, the deception. AJ Brown is a number one wide receiver. Now, I would have loved for Devontae Smith to get in on the action a little more. Granted, Devontae had 8 targets, and Devontae had a couple drops that were on him. Now, one of those drops, the pass was a little behind him, just a little, from Jalen Hurts. But you still got to catch that. You got 2 hands on it. So you got to catch that. Excuse me, y'all. Getting a little parched, you dig? But Devontae Smith, I wish he had a little bit of a bigger day. I wish he got in on the action a little more. But I want this coaching staff to do a better job of putting Devontae Smith in some bigger play situations. I think they can do a little bit of a better job getting him involved. Now, sometimes you got to go with the hot hand. AJ Brown was cooking his assignment. Period. He was putting his assignment in the blender, straight like that. And here's the funny thing as well. Here's what's fascinating. I feel like AJ Brown can still get better. You dig what I'm saying? AJ Brown had 2 of his best games in his career with Jalen Hurts. And they tried to say, why are you getting AJ Brown? Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball anyway. Are you high? You know they like to talk trash on the Philadelphia Eagles. So a lot of people saying, and I don't know if AJ Brown gonna be able to get his numbers with Jalen Hurts. You know he can't throw. You know he gonna run the ball and all that kind of wax. Nah, come on, man. I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that, man. This is why you go get a number 1 for your young guy. Do we have any more questions about Jalen Hurts? Let's be real. Outside of winning in the playoffs, do we have any more questions about his skill set? Is there anything you guys have questions about Jalen Hurts still? Do you guys still have questions about Jalen Hurts? Because I look at the way Jalen Hurts is progressing. I look at his approach to the game. I look at the preparation, the way he responds to wins, the way he responds to losses, the way his teammates respond to him. Do you guys have any more questions about Jalen Hurts as the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles for the now and for the future? Me personally, I don't. You know, I can't wait to see what he does in the playoffs. I can't wait to see that because he's big time. You know, and I know for a fact he still has that Tampa Bay Buccaneers performance in the back of his brain because Jalen Hurts doesn't forget anything. He sees everything. He hears everything. Don't get it twisted, y'all. Jalen Hurts is very, very astute. He keeps his ear to the streets. He know what y'all be saying, good and bad. And he responds accordingly. I'm so excited for this team dominating the teams they're supposed to dominate, taking care of business, and remaining disciplined, remaining humble throughout the process. Continue to smash that like button. I really appreciate you guys. Let's go through some of these chats. Dang Burrito says the friendship between Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown is huge. Absolutely. You know, I was watching the post-game press conference with AJ Brown, and the way he talks about Jalen Hurts is so beautiful to hear. He talks about how much he loves him, how much that's his brother, you know, how much he's willing to go to bat for him and go to war for him, and that he know that Jalen Hurts got his back and he got his. And just how their chemistry is unmatched. You need that. Howie Roseman did an amazing job building his roster, and it started with the AJ Brown move. Well, actually, it started with bringing in, you know, guys like, you know, Kaiser White, Hassan Reddick, Zach Pascal, you know, stuff like that. But the biggest pin to drop, the biggest domino was the AJ Brown move, and that told me how much Howie Roseman wants Jalen Hurts to succeed. Remember, he drafted Devontae Smith the year before, his college homie, brought him in. Then you bring in another wide receiver, his best friend. All the moves Howie Roseman has ever made these past couple seasons has been for Jalen Hurts' success. Did Howie Roseman know all along that Jalen Hurts was going to be this good? Did you guys know Jalen Hurts was going to be this good? Damn, I knew he was going to improve, but damn, I ain't expecting to look this clean. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all because y'all my people. I knew Jalen Hurts was going to improve from last year to this year, but I didn't expect him to look this good, this clean, I know he's a disciplined guy, but standing tall in the pocket, not relying on his legs this game. He was throwing the pill. He responded to the blitz. I felt like he was very intentional in this game. I don't know if the Steelers did something to keep him in the pocket. And look, they did sack him 3 times. They sacked him 3 times, and I felt like the left tackle and the right tackle Jordan Mailata and Lane Johnson, I felt like they could have did a better job protecting. You know, Isaac Samalo gave up a sack as well. I didn't like his. It was pretty whack. But, you know, I knew Jalen Hurts would improve, but I didn't know this much. Eagle Slayer says AJ Brown is like that. He said he's like that. I appreciate all y'all in here, man. Oates says easy money MVP Matt Corral talk is gone. He said Matt Corral talk disappeared. That's funny as hell, man. Easy money was in love with Matt Corral, wasn't he? Oh man, that's crazy. Jason Rose says Pascal is taking more and more snaps away from Quez. I'm telling y'all, look, listen, I told y'all before the season started that Zach Pascal is better than what y'all think. And I also said, don't be surprised if Zach Pascal start to take snaps away from Quez. Zach Pascal, in my opinion, is a more polished wide receiver. I'm not saying he's better. Hear me out on this. I'm not saying Zach Pascal is better than Quez Watkins. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying he's more polished. He's a more disciplined route runner. You see, Zach Pascal wasn't drafted. He wasn't the highest rated, the highest touted. You know, he wasn't sought after. He's an undrafted guy that had to work to get on NFL rosters, had to work to get to get snaps. So he had to refine his fundamentals. He had to make sure if talent failed, his fundamentals would never fail him. Quez Watkins has God-given speed. But I would love for Quez Watkins to be a bit more of a refined route runner. If Quez Watkins can hone his route running with that kind of speed, he'll be unstoppable. But I think Zach Pascal has slightly better hands. I think Zach Pascal is a better route runner. I think Zach Pascal was just an overall better or just a more refined wide receiver. I think Quez is more talented. Let's put it that way. I think Quez is more talented than Zach Pascal, but I think Zach Pascal is just more fundamentally sound. Do you guys agree or disagree with that? Do you guys agree or disagree that Quez Watkins is more talented than Zach Pascal, but Zach Pascal is more refined, more polished? Do you guys agree or disagree with that? Yang Gang 22 was going on, my man. He said, sure, I could rock with that. Okay. Because like Quez Watkins, he's kind of disappeared in his offense. They tried to give him the ball, I think, once today, if I'm not mistaken. I think he had like one target. But yeah, he had one target. And Zach Pascal, I think he had 3 targets. He had 2 targets, and he turned one into a touchdown. So Yang Gang says Zach Pascal is a seasoned veteran. I agree. Zach Pascal been in the NFL for what, 5 years or something like that? Let me double check that. Zach Pascal is in his 5th season. Zach Pascal's in his 5th season while Quez Watkins is in his 4th, I think. I think Quez Watkins in his 4th season, if I'm not off by that estimation. Let me double check this. Quez Watkins was drafted in 2020. Oh, he's in his 3rd season. Yeah. So yeah, Quez is in his 3rd season. While Zach Pascal is in that 5th season. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So it's only to be expected, right? And then on top of that, great point, Gregory. Great point. Zach Pascal is more physical in the run game, and that helps him stay on the field. You see when you don't get a lot of snaps, or matter of fact, when the ball doesn't come your way that often, you have to make yourself useful beyond just being a wide receiver. So, like Gregory James said, like Drew Johnson said, Zach Pascal's more physical in the run game. Zach Pascal does a lot of the dirty work. He gets it from the mud and grinds. I never compare the two. I know Pascal is solid and better than people realize. Yang Gang says Zach and Quez are very different types of receivers. Absolutely. but they are still wide receivers. And when you're not the main guy, you have to make yourself more valuable than what you think your value provides. Quez Watkins provides that over the top speed, right? But outside of that, what does Quez Watkins give you? He's not a good blocker. He's not the best route runner. He's gotten better, but he's not the best route runner. You can make an argument that Quez Watkins is the fourth best route runner on this team. And I'm not, and this is not a segment where I'm crapping on Quez Watkins. This is not what I'm doing. We're just dissecting the game. We're just talking about the roster, the talent on the team, and what guys bring to the table, and also how to keep yourself on the field and make yourself valuable. Like Yang Gang said, Zach Pascal and Quez Watkins are two different wide receivers. Quez Watkins is that burner, that straight line speed, beat you over the top. That's what he's known for. And then Zach Pascal is like that possession wide receiver, does a lot of the dirty work, physical in the run game, a good blocker. But he's just a little bit of a better route runner. Ryan Rose says Pascal always designed the snaps and protecting the ball to contribute from a different route. I think I know what you're trying to say, Ryan Rowe. Ryan Rowe was basically saying, Pascal, he contributes a lot in the run game. He's also a different type of route runner. I get that. Rock the artist, what's going on? And listen, we got 24 people in here. I need y'all to smash that like button. Let's get it to 30. Let's get 30 people in this joint. You know what I'm saying? Let's get 30 people in here. Jason Rhodes says, any more moves from Howie Roseman? If so, what are they? That's a good question, Jason. So, if you ask me, I think it's either going to be a running back or a safety. Not saying that Marcus Epps and C.J. Gardner-Johnson aren't doing their jobs, because they are. They're doing their jobs, but I think we lack depth at the safety position, right? We all remember what happened when Chauncey Gardner-Johnson had to leave the Cowboys game, and we had to watch Kavon Wallace for 15 or 16 snaps. Wasn't a good look. Wasn't fun to watch. I think in that 16 play span, the Cowboys was able to score a touchdown. So we all know what it's like when we lose one of our starting safeties. We're not good there. We're just not. Once we lose C.J. Gardner-Johnson or Marcus Epps, it doesn't look good. But I think we either go for a running back or we bring in some depth at the safety position. That's my thing. Rock the artist, he says, how you feel about the win, bro? Yeah, let's reset. Let's reset a little bit. So, your Philadelphia Eagles dominated the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you guys are just hopping in here, we're going to reset. So, your Philadelphia Eagles just got finished dominating the Pittsburgh Steelers 35-13. Jalen Hurts had an amazing game. I got to make sure my math right on this too, because I want to make sure I'm giving my man his just due. I got to pull the calculator up, because I got to do the math on this. I need to find out that completion percentage. 19 divided by 28. Let's do some math, y'all. 19 divided by 28. I think that's 6-7%. Jalen Hurts completed 68% of his passes today. Jalen Hurts went 19 for 28, completing 68% of his passes, threw for 285 passing yards, averaged 10 yards an attempt, 4 passing touchdowns, was sacked 3 times, and accumulated a 140.6 passer rating. The Philadelphia Eagles was dominating them so bad they threw in the bench. They said, Gardner Minshew, go get some snaps. Sewell Opeta, go get some snaps, man. Hey, Boston Scott, go get some time, man. We need you to rest. We got Thursday coming up. They threw out the backups. So, man, like I said, Jalen Hurts completed 68% of his passes, 285 passing yards, averaged 10 yards an attempt, 4 passing touchdowns, 140.6 passer rating. Miles Sanders, 9 carries on the day, 78 rushing yards, averaged almost 9 yards a run, 1 touchdown. Longest run of the day was 21 yards. A.J. Brown, 6 catches on 11 targets, 156 receiving yards, averaged 26 yards a catch, 3 touchdowns. Longest catch of the day was 43 yards. Dallas Goedert, 6 catches on 6 targets, 64 yards, averaged 10 yards a catch. Longest catch of the day was 17 yards. Zach Pascal, 2 catches on 2 targets, 57 receiving yards, averaged 28 yards a catch, 1 touchdown. Longest catch of the day was 34 yards, that touchdown. Devontae had a quiet game, 5 catches, 23 yards. You know, we need that to improve. You dig what I'm saying? We got to get that to improve. TJ Edwards, 13 tackles, 9 solo, 2 pass deflections that led to the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson interception. That was huge. Kaiser White, 11 total tackles. CJ Gardner-Johnson, 8 total tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 1 pass deflection, 1 interception, 1 quarterback hit. Javon Hargrave, 2 sacks, 1 tackle for loss, a forced fumble. You know what I'm saying? Guys was everywhere. You know, it was fun. It was a fun game to watch. It was fun to see. It was fun to see the guys dominate. Wilts Duncan says Blankenship versus Wallace. You know what? At this point, shout out to Wilts Duncan, by the way, for popping in, man. Shout out to my man Philly the podcast, Joe Castro. Shout out to him. Doing great things, doing amazing things. But Duncan said Blankenship or Wallace. At this point, I'm choosing Blankenship. I'm choosing Blankenship because he made plays in the preseason. I have yet like Gang 22 said, I have yet to see Kevon Wallace make a play. Continue to smash that like button, you guys. We got over 30 people in this thing, man. Keep smashing that like button. It really helps the algorithms, helps new people find the channel. I appreciate all the love and support. But like I was saying, and like Yang was saying, I have yet to see Kevon Wallace make a play. I would much rather take my chances. With Reed Blankenship because Kevon Wallace is a liability. He didn't play today. You know, I'm not saying he played today, but it's just, you know, we're talking about what the potential moves may be at the trade deadline still. Are they going to bring in another safety? Are they going to go get another running back? You never know. But, you know, I feel better taking my chances with Reed Blankenship than Kevon Wallace. It's crazy. Drew Johnson says, I definitely want to see Blankenship over Wallace. At the very least, see what he got. Absolutely. Wilts Duncan says, did y'all see the trash CJ Gardner was talking? Oh, yeah, man. That's my boy. Chauncey, see, he bring a swag to that position. He bring a juice to that position that you can't deny. You can't deny it, man. EC1 Football says, I've been watching the Bills versus Packers. I'm not going to lie. I'm not impressed with the Bills. I think Eagles will give them the run for their money. I've been telling people this. Listen, I'm so glad you brought that up, EC1 Football. Thank you so much for finding the channel. I don't know if you're new here. Your handle or your name is new to me, but if you've been rocking with the channel for a while, listen, man, I appreciate the love. But if you're new, make sure you smash that like button and make sure you subscribe, my man. We putting out content on the daily. And also, you can spot me on JK Sports. I do content for those guys as well. But I've been trying to tell people, I've been trying to tell my fellow Eagles fans, why are you afraid of the Bills? Why are you afraid of the Chiefs? EC1, thank you so much for being sub, my man. I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you for locking in. You've been sub for a long time, my guy. My apologies. But why should you be afraid of the Bills? Because they're the Bills? Because they got Josh Allen? Look, I'm not going to take this time to disparage, or I'm not going to take this time to crap on the Bills. I'm not going to take this time to crap on the Chiefs. That's not what this is for, right? But let me tell you this, right? See, I know how to big up somebody without trashing somebody else. Your Philadelphia Eagles are that good. And you shouldn't be ashamed to say that or celebrate that. I understand the Pittsburgh Steelers are a bad team, yes. But the best teams take care of business against the bad teams, right? Ain't that what you're supposed to do when you're a good team? You crush bad teams? But why should we fear the Bills? Because they got Josh Allen? Because they're supposed to be the biggest and baddest thing in the NFL? Why should we fear the Chiefs? Because they got Patrick Mahomes? It's so many other guys on this field that got to be accounted for, that got to do their job. So my mindset is this. I don't care what that man say about you. I don't care I don't care what that analyst say about you. I don't care what that coach say about him. I don't care what that host say about him. You got to pull up to the link and show me. I don't care what nobody say about the Bills. I don't care what nobody say about the Chiefs. You got to pull up to the link and show me. You got to show me what you're about. I don't care what you did to that team last week. What you going to do to me today? You got to show me, Captain. You got to lay it out on the line like my guys willing to because we train to go. Rain, sleet, or snow, them Eagles train to go. Like, I'm tired of people trying to convince me I need to be afraid of the Bills. I need to be afraid of the Chiefs because they're the Bills or the Chiefs. No, I'm not afraid of them. I'm not. You can't convince me to be afraid of something like that. They got to play football just like we got to play football. Our offense can run with anybody. Our defense can run with anybody. I stand on that. You see, the wild card is they love to say, well, the roster is loaded, but we don't know about Jalen Hurts. We don't know if he can make all the throws. Do y'all got eyes? Come on. Like, you can't convince me to be afraid of another man. Why should you be afraid of another man if he ain't do it to you yet? Listen, all that trash you talking to them other boys down the hallway, nah, you got to show me. You got to pull up to my locker. Don't think because you chump them, you're going to chump me. We don't breathe the same air. When you got a squad that come with a certain swag, that come with a certain juice, it don't matter what color you got on. Because they're the Bills, because they're the Chiefs, we supposed to be scared. I'm not jacking that. I'm not jacking that. Oh, because the Bills put up 40, 50 points. I'm not jacking it. They got to pull up to the link. They ain't played the Eagles yet. I'm supposed to be scared of Josh Allen because he Josh Allen. What kind of world we living in, y'all? I'm supposed to be scared of Patrick Mahomes because he Patrick Mahomes. And look, I'm not disrespecting these men. They are two of the best. They are the two best quarterbacks in the NFL. I'll give y'all that. I will say that with unequivocally. Patrick Mahomes, number one. Josh Allen, number two. But God damn it, Jalen Hurts coming for his. Jalen Hurts coming for his. And look, you could say he's not as talented as those guys. Okay, I'll give you that. Talent is relative. Talent comes in all shapes, sizes, and packages. Talent comes in all phases. Talent is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Talent is more than something being tangible. Sometimes it's intangible. Sometimes it's something you can't measure. Sometimes it's something you can't quantify. Jalen Hurts plays the game with something that you can't quantify. You can't quantify what Jalen Hurts brings to the table. And I'm supposed to be scared of Josh Allen and the Bills. I'm supposed to be scared of Patrick Mahomes because of who they are, because of the name. Come on, man. I just can't wrap my mind around it. I've watched the Bills play. I've watched the Chiefs play. They got talent, but you go player for player. You look at each roster. I'm not scared of them. The Philadelphia Eagles got a better wide receiver core than the Chiefs. The Philadelphia Eagles have a comparable receiving core to the Bills. You think about every facet of these teams. You think about you think about the fast. You think about every detail, every position group of these teams. The Eagles line up blow for blow, bar for bar, pound for pound. But then they say, I don't know, the quarterback position is so important. I don't know if Jalen Hurts can. I don't know if Jalen Hurts can win in the shootout with Patrick Mahomes, or I don't know if he can win in the shootout with Josh Allen. Why they think every game is supposed to be a shootout? Let me ask y'all: are you afraid of Josh Allen and the Bills? Are you afraid of Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs? Are you afraid? I didn't ask, do you respect them? Words matter. Words build kingdoms and destroy civilizations. Words matter. I said, do you fear Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs? And do you fear Josh Allen and the Bills? I respect them, but I don't fear them. You should respect them, but you shouldn't fear them. I fear nothing but God. You dig what I'm saying? Smash that like button, you guys. You guys are locked in on Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got charges to the game. We talking about the Philadelphia Eagles dominating the Pittsburgh Steelers, as we all expected. But we also talking about potential matchups or the people we supposed to be afraid of. Because the Philadelphia Eagles have proven week after week after week after week after week that they one of the best. The best of the best of the best. The three best teams in the NFL: Eagles, Chiefs, Bills, in no particular order. Any given Sunday, it might change. But I'm rocking with my guys over their guys. I'm rocking. But we supposed to be afraid because they the Chiefs. We supposed to be afraid because they the Bills. Please. They got to pull up to the link and show me. So let's look at some of the NFC East a little bit. The Commanders won their game. The Commanders beat the Colts. So now the Commanders are 4-4. They brought their record back to 500. It's so funny what it does to a team when they got a quarterback in there that's not making that many mistakes. Now, Tyler Heinicke, he did turn the ball over, but Tyler Heinicke still helped put his team in position. You dig what I'm saying? Got to give respect where respect is due. Commanders beat the Colts 17-16. It was a very ugly game, very sloppy game. Most of the points in the game came in the fourth quarter. Both teams put up 10 points apiece. You dig what I'm saying? So, and Terry McLaurin looking better than he ever did. Terry McLaurin and Carson Wentz had no chemistry, and you saw it. So, shout out to Tyler Heinicke making plays. One passing touchdown, one rushing touchdown. Tyler Heinicke just does what it takes to win, man. And you can't even get mad at that. Let's go to the Cowboys game. The Cowboys beat the Bears today. What was the score? 49-29. They dominated them for the most part, but the Bears tried to keep it close, but the Bears are just not a better team, period. Like they're just not on the Cowboys level. I knew the Cowboys were going to win this game. It was just a matter of how much. And again, the Bears tried their hardest to keep it interesting. You know, the Bears, they were able to put up points. Justin Fields had another good game, 17 for 23, 151 passing yards, two passing touchdowns. He also had a rushing touchdown for and he ran for 60 yards as well. So Justin Fields is starting to understand the game better. You're starting to see the Bears coaching staff putting him in better position. But also Dak Prescott, 21 for 27, 250 passing yards, two touchdowns, one interception. He ran it in for one touchdown as well. So he had 3 total touchdowns. Got sacked only once. Dak Prescott had a pretty good game. Outside of the interception, he had a pretty good game. Pretty good game. And also what the Cowboys are doing, they haven't changed their game plan. They're leaning on that running game, and Tony Pollard went off 14 carries, 131 yards, three rushing touchdowns. Tony Pollard was just in his bag today. Got to give credit where credit is due. CeeDee Lamb, 5 catches, 77 yards, 1 touchdown. The Cowboys did what they supposed to do today. They 6-2, so I respect it. I respect it. I ain't gonna crap on that. I respect it. And now your New York Giants. Your New York Giants are now tied for second place in the NFC East with the Cowboys. The Giants lost to the Seahawks like I thought they would. like I thought they would. The Giants lost to the Seahawks. The Seahawks are now 5-3. The Giants are now 6-2. Still a winning record. But I knew the Giants would lose to this. I knew they would come down to earth against the Seahawks because I think Geno Smith is a better quarterback than Daniel Jones, especially right now. I think the Seahawks are just playing really great football. I think the Seahawks really could have put the Giants away earlier, but Tyler Lockett had some drops. It was some turnovers, and but Daniel Jones, 17 for 31, 176 passing yards, and no touchdowns, no interceptions. You know, Daniel Jones is so limited. Like there was a point in that game where you saw Daniel Jones. He only had like 17 passing yards. That's terrible. Daniel Jones is not a good quarterback. I'm sorry. He's doing his job in this offensive structure. Don't get it twisted. But they're winning these games because of really, really good coaching. Saquon Barkley was shut down. Also, he didn't have a good game. Saquon only had 53 rushing yards, one rushing touchdown. And it's so funny because I do respect the Giants for still leaning on the running game. They stayed disciplined. They passed the ball 31 times, ran it 28 times, but still only averaged about 3 yards a carry. So they really weren't doing anything with the run. The Seahawks did a good job limiting the New York Giants offense. And I got to give respect where respect is due. It's very possible that the Seahawks can win the NFC West. The Seahawks are 5-3, man. And, you know, the Rams lost. San Fran dropped a 31 ball on them. I think the Rams are cooked. The Rams are cooked. Jimmy Garoppolo, 21 for 25, 235 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey had a passing touchdown, a running touchdown, and a receiving touchdown. Christian McCaffrey he literally was the offense. Christian McCaffrey is a weapon, man. That dude is a weapon. Oh my goodness. And then, like I said, the Rams, they're just cooked, man. Their offense just sucks. And then Cooper Kupp went down with an ankle injury. We don't know how serious it is. Also, speaking of injuries, let's go back to the Eagles for a second. Jordan Davis went down, man. I'm not sure how serious the injury is yet. I'm not quite sure how serious the injury is yet, but from what I'm reading, he avoided what could have been really bad. It could have got really bad for him. I'm hearing he avoided a real bad situation. So, you know, he was carted from the sideline. It was an ankle injury. So let me just read what Alexis Chasson and Brandon Lee Gowton wrote on Bleeding Green Nation. Shout out to those guys and ladies. They said Jordan Davis is believed to have suffered a high ankle sprain. According to a report from NFL insider Ian Rappaport, a rap sheet mentioned those injuries typically have a 4 to 6 week recovery timeline. He also noted that Davis is still set to have an MRI to clarify how long he might be out. If the Eagles place Davis on injured reserve prior to Thursday's game against the Houston Texans, he'll be eligible to return as soon as Week 13 against the Tennessee Titans. It's to be determined if he'll actually be healthy by then. Losing Davis for any period of time is obviously not ideal, but the Eagles do have defensive tackle depth, and at least it doesn't currently appear to be a season-ending injury. So that's the important thing. It doesn't appear to be a season-ending injury, but Jordan Davis, you know, it looks like a high ankle sprain. They're still waiting to do an MRI, and you know, they're going to find out how serious it really is. But you know, man, losing him is going to hurt. Losing him is going to change the way our defense plays a little bit. It's going to make us it's going to make the Philadelphia Eagles a little bit vulnerable in the run game. But you know, and let's be honest, the Eagles haven't really been that stellar against the run game. I think the Eagles are allowing just over 100 yards rushing as a team, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that real quick. So losing Jordan Davis is huge. That definitely hurts this team, and it also limits our ability to do certain things. And we only have one other nose tackle on the team, and that's Marlon Tuipulotu, who had a pretty good game for himself as well. I think Marlon T had a sack, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So the Philadelphia Eagles are allowing 114 rushing yards per game. I would love that number to go down, but it just seems like that's who they are right now. So I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be. They're limiting teams in the running game, and in timely moments. So it's all good. All right, let's read some of these chats. Drew Johnson says, "Isn't that JG's fear and the reason he backs off defense pressure with leads, trying to avoid injuries?" Hey, listen, man. Sometimes when you try not to get hurt, you get hurt. Wills Duncan says, "Josh Allen just threw another pick. Did he really?" Let me see. Josh Allen, 11 for 22, 205 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Oh yeah, so far he's playing his worst game of the season. Wow. Aaron Rodgers, 11 for 16, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, only 74. Wow. Aaron Rodgers is, man, he just looks bad. The Green Bay Packers, they're running the ball 29 times. Aaron Jones, 142 rushing yards. They're clearly moving the ball. They're averaging almost 7 yards a carry on the run game, but they can't score. They can't score. You see, the Green Bay Packers, they missing out on grand opportunities. Josh Allen is easily playing his worst game of the year, and you're down 17 points in the fourth quarter. You can't miss opportunities like that. They still almost got 30 points on a 27-10. Drew Johnson says, "Yo, did I see them run Dak more?" Yeah, they definitely did run Dak more in that Chicago Bears Cowboys game. I think Dak ran the ball, and he ran the ball 5 times for 34 yards. So they starting to get a little freaky deaky in the run game. But Dak Prescott, they're clearly not holding him back. They're clearly not letting him play scared. He's going out and doing his thing. So yeah, man. But yeah, let's reset. We've been on for an hour. We got 35 people on the live stream. If you guys are just getting in, make sure you smash that like button. You guys are locked in on Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got charges to the game. I'm your guy, Tone DeShields II, and I appreciate all the love and support as always. You guys are spectacular. If you guys are watching this live stream after the fact, if you guys are watching this the next day or the following day, if you guys are just, playing it back, I appreciate the love of y'all too. Smash that like button. I was just telling the people that the Philadelphia Eagles have been taking care of business. And I really believe the Philadelphia Eagles can beat anybody. They can run it up against anybody. I firmly believe that. I don't care if you're the Bills. I don't care if you're the Bills. I don't care if you're the Chiefs. I don't care who you are. I fear no man. I fear no team. Pound for pound, the Philadelphia Eagles can play with anybody. Who gonna guard A.J. Brown? You see, this Philadelphia Eagles team got so many weapons, just like those good teams. You see, the Philadelphia Eagles have a balanced offensive attack, balanced, and they're so hard to defend because of the complexities of their RPO system. They're so hard to defend, and you can't take what Jalen Hurts is doing for granted. Jalen Hurts is showing you that he answers the call. He's ringing the bell. AT says he's not God. We can genuinely beat them. I don't think they have enough weapons to overpower our defense. He's talking about the Bills, I assume. The Bills got Stephon Diggs. They got Gabe Davis. That tandem is devious. Let's not sleep on the opponent. Respect them, but don't fear them. We got the best cornerback tandem in the NFL, if you ask me. Darius Slay, James Bradbury. And you know what's so funny about James Bradbury? The Pittsburgh Steelers tried to attack him today. They tried to attack him, but he did his job. He had a couple pass interferences, but listen, rather get the pass interference than allow you to get beat deep, because a lot of those drives we ended up killing. So they tried to attack James Bradbury today, but he did his job. Yang Gang says the Bills are legit. They are. Don't get it twisted. The Bills are legit. They're not having a best game, obviously, but the Bills are legit. I'm not sleeping on them, but I don't feel like we should fear them, Yang. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't think you should fear the Buffalo Bills. I don't think you should fear the Kansas City Chiefs. I think you should respect the game. I think you should respect their grind and what they do, what they're capable of, but you shouldn't fear them. You shouldn't go in there playing scared against those teams. And I'm talking about the Eagles. I can't speak for no other team. But the Philadelphia Eagles, they got the talent, they got the offense, the defense, they got the weaponry to be able to run anybody. Yang Gang says, I don't fear him. And you shouldn't, my brother. You shouldn't. Red Zone says the Eagles have Batman 1, 2, and 3. Hey, don't forget Fat Batman. Don't forget Fat Batman. Hey, listen, Fat Batman count for 4, 5, and 6. Shout out to Red Zone for liking on the content, man. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys smash that like button if you guys just hopping in. It really helps the content grow, and I really appreciate it, man. Jason Rhodes says, with our corners, we can stop any offense. Abso-freaking-lute. Why can't we? Why can't we? I firmly believe we're built to run with any team. EC1 says, I think they overrated, in my opinion. I'm more comfortable playing them in the Super Bowl than Kansas City. You know what? I might have to agree with you, EC1. I might have to agree with you on that. I feel more comfortable playing the Bills in the Super Bowl than I would the Chiefs because there's something about the Chiefs. There's something about Mahomes. He has this it factor. He has this uncanny ability to come back. You know what I mean? Like Patrick Mahomes, he has like this aura that he's never out of a game, no matter what the score is. We've seen it time and time again. But we haven't seen Josh Allen have that signature comeback game. And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember if it has happened. But does Josh Allen have a game where he came back from double digits in the fourth quarter? Like Patrick Mahomes has? Patrick Mahomes got a lot of those. I do believe the Bills defense is better than the Chiefs defense. Absolutely. I do believe that, Yang Gang. The Bills defense is better than the Chiefs. But riddle me this. Does Josh Allen have that signature comeback win on his resume? Like Patrick Mahomes has. Which is why I tend to agree with EC1. EC1 says, I'm more comfortable playing the Bills than the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And we got a long way to go. We still got to get through the NFC. We still got to get through our schedule. But so far, your Philadelphia Eagles are 7-0. And that's a beautiful place to be, especially with the record being what it is. The Eagles' record, or not the record, but the schedule being what it is. So next up this Thursday, we got the Houston Texans on the road. We're going to Houston, y'all. And I thought it was so dope, so awesome that the Eagles were able to put the game away as early as they did. And they were able to get those guys. They were able to get those guys rested and had them on the bike, in the locker room, just, keeping their legs fresh, preventing cramps or any sort of stiffness. Pretty good. Pretty good. So the Packers just scored a touchdown. Packers are down 27-17. Okay. 6 minutes left. Okay. Now the question is, can the Packers defense force a turnover or get the ball back? Force a 3 and out. That's gonna be the question. Red Zone says, yeah, but he did, but he lost to the Chiefs. So he didn't come back and win, right, Red Zone? I mean, that's what I'm asking. Does Josh Allen have a comeback victory, like a legit comeback victory? Because the word around town is the Chiefs, they good for blowing people out, but when the game is close, they get a little hairy. They get a little suspect when the games are close. That's what I heard about them. That's what's been said about them. They win more when they blow guys out, but they lose more when things are a little close. Red Zone says, I'm going to the game on the word. Wait, so Red Zone, like you live in Philly and you fly into Houston, or you live in Houston, or you from where you flying from? Red Zone, that's tough, man. Them Philly's gonna be out there too. So hopefully they close it out in Philly, but yeah, man, where you flying from, Red Zone? You flying from Philly? You flying from Jersey? You flying from New York? You flying from where? Maryland? Where you flying from? That's tough, man. Sure, McF says that's right. No fear. No fear. Ain't no hole in my blood. Ain't no fear. You should never fear the opposition, man. It's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. We taking what's ours. But yeah, like I was saying, Red Zone says, Red Zone says no, Josh Allen don't have a comeback. That's that's all I'm asking, right? Like, thank you, Red Zone, by the way. He doesn't have many comeback victories. Red Zone says I'm from Philly and live in Houston. Oh, okay, word. That's tough. Shout out to Red Zone holding it down in Houston. He brought Philly to the dirty South. he brought Philly to the chopped and screwed. Oh man. But this is Jason Rose says this team is the most talented I've seen in 36 years. 04's runner-up. You know what, man? People scared to say it, but this team is way more talented than the 04 team. Way more talented. Especially maybe not. The defense is debatable. But offense is no question. This offense is way more talented than the 04 offense. This offense is more talented than the 17 offense. Is it not? Now, this team has to defy the odds. This team has to continue the pace that they're at. But ultimately, I think this Philadelphia Eagles team can beat anybody. You want to know what happens if the Eagles lose? You want to know what has to happen? The Eagles have to beat themselves. It has to be some sort of catastrophic injury. I can't even talk. Damn. The Eagles only lose if they beat themselves. And that's a pretty good space to be in. When you're so good, you're so talented, you're so disciplined, that the only way you lose is if you don't show up. And like I was saying before, why do people keep saying Jalen Hurts can't beat Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes in the shootout? As if every game is supposed to be a shootout. Nah. We're gonna make y'all play our style of football. We're gonna get physical with y'all. Every game not gonna be a shootout. This is the NFL, baby. Sometimes it comes down to a possession. Sometimes, it's rain, sleet, and snow, and you can't pass that ball. You got to run it. See, here's the thing, right? The Chiefs can't run the ball like the Eagles can. The Bills can't run the ball like the Eagles can. The Eagles is built to win in every scenario. They're built to win in every situation. And Jason Rose brings up a good point. Shout out to Jason. Make sure you guys continue to smash that like button and support the content. Jason Rose says, Nick Foles beat Brady. So yes, Jalen can beat anybody. Absolutely, anybody can get touched. Anybody can get beat. Even the Philadelphia Eagles. We can get touched. We can get beat by anybody any given Sunday, right? But people love to pretend like the best quarterback gives you the best chance. Well, having the better quarterback does give you the better chance to win the game. That's a fact. I'm not going to go off the deep end, y'all. I'm a little excited. My bad. Having the better quarterback does give you the better chance. But the best man doesn't always win. We've seen it in real life. Think about your own life. How many times have you seen somebody who wasn't the smartest, wasn't the strongest, wasn't the fastest, wasn't the tallest, and they still beat the opposition? They still beat the odds. The best doesn't always win. It's about those who take advantage of their opportunities. But being the best gives you the best opportunity to win. And that's what you want to do. You want to continue to give yourself the best opportunity to succeed. You want to continue to give yourself the best opportunity to win and take advantage of the opposition and their mistakes. That's what makes this Philadelphia Eagles team so good. They take advantage of the other team's mistakes. They force them into mistakes. They're opportunistic and they don't make mistakes. They protect the ball. I love this Philadelphia Eagles team because they defy the odds. They go against the grain. They said we couldn't win this way. They said we couldn't win with Jalen Hurts. They said he could not throw the deep ball. They said he had a noodle arm. They said he was too short. They said all he could do was run. They was trying to convert him to a running back or a wide receiver. He said, no, I'm a quarterback. It's about defeating the odds. It's about rising above the occasion. It's about rising above the expectations somebody had for you. That's why I love being an Eagles fan. You know why? Because it's more than just a team. It's more than just a logo. It's a lifestyle. It's a brotherhood. It's a mentality. This ain't some figure of speech. This is literal. When you come to Philly, you better come correct. And when we come to your city, you know we come in to check. You dig what I'm saying? They don't like most cities will never understand this. Most cities will never understand what come with being an Eagles fan. They will never understand the mentality. They will never understand the lifestyle. They will never understand the grit, the blue collar mentality, the intensity, the commitment, the grind. They will never understand. Like Jalen Hurts said, rain, sleet, or snow, these Eagles train to go. There's a passion in this city. There's a grit in this city. You know, it's something to be said about when you grow up in a place that get on 4 seasons. It's something to be said about growing up in a place where snow could come up to your knees, go up, start scratching your shins. It's something about when you got to wake up in the middle of January and shovel the snow from in front of your door. It's something to be said about somebody that got to wake up at 6 in the morning, shovel the snow off their car, and drive in the sleet, the snow, and the blizzard just to make $1. It's a certain mentality that come with being from Philly. You done been through it all. You done seen it all. You done felt it all. And you still lasting. And you still here. And nobody can take that from you. That's what it means to be an Eagles fan. That's what it means to be from Philly, to be of Philly, to be a fan of Philly. And you ain't even got to be from here to feel it. You ain't got to be from here to understand it. You take the Philly mentality anywhere you go. You come to Philly for a short period of time and you leave feeling something. Yesterday, shout out to my homies, man. Shout out to my homies, Figgy, Brayton, Squints. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my college homies that was at the Eagles game. You know what I'm saying? They was from the Eagles game. You know my homie Brayton, right? My homie Brayton from college. He came in from out of town. He from Erie, PA. He came from out of town. He said, yo, bro. He hit me up yesterday. He said, hey, bro, listen. I'm in the city for the Eagles game tomorrow. But I'm trying to link up today, man. You think you got time to rock with me? I said, hell yeah, my guy. We met up, took my man to Del Sandro's, took him to Chubby's. You know what I'm saying? Took him to Chickens and Pete's. You know, him and his guy, shout out to them as well. Amazing, just dope people, dope vibes. Showed them the city, had him in the trenches, had him in Roxborough in the nice neighborhoods, had him in South Philly, gave them the whole Philly experience. Cheesesteak, crab fries. You know what I'm saying? Gave him the whole vibe. But I bring that up to say, when you come to Philly, you feel Philly. When you come to Philly, Philly leaving with you. It's something you can't wash off. It's something that's ingrained in your spirit, ingrained in your pores. So don't try to ever let somebody tell you what you can't do. Because Jalen Hurts been defying the odds. Jalen Hurts is built and bred for this city. Your Eagles are 7-0 for a reason. Not because of the schedule. Not because of the talent. Not because of the schemes no. It's because of the mentality. It's because of the grind. It's because of the fact that they won't accept anything but perfection. Each and every week, what they saying? Hey, listen, so much food up on the table. Each and every week, what they saying? You know, we could have played better. We felt like we ain't played our best football yet. Y'all, being an Eagles fan is the real deal. And I'm so grateful to be a part of this journey with y'all. Your Philadelphia Eagles are 7-0. They defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers 35-13. If you guys are just hopping in on the live stream, I appreciate y'all. Smash that like button. Make sure you guys also continue to stay engaged and comment below. And make sure you guys also are subscribed to Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Shout out to my man Scoob-Doo, just popped in. He said that's an old saying that Jalen says. We've been saying that. That's not just a Philly thing. Exactly. He says Jalen was made in Texas. Remember that H-Town native. Absolutely. Like I said, the Philly mentality is more than just a city. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. It's about that grit, that blue collar mentality coming from getting out the mud. It ain't just about Philly. It's about a mentality you need to have. It ain't just about Philly. It's about a mentality. Like you said, Scoop, my man got that Texas in him. You know what I'm saying? He got that farmer strength. You dig? Oh man. Sure, McF, like you said, we humble and we hungry. They ain't got no idea what they dealing with. Jason Rhodes says, I love Jalen's determination after every game. Signs of an all-time great leader. He never gets too high, never gets too low. Absolutely. And that's how you should respond in life. And we're human. We struggle with it. I struggle with it. Sometimes it's hard not to get too high. Sometimes it's hard not to get too low. It's hard to temper your emotions when things are going too well or when things are going really bad. It's hard to temper your emotions. You got to stay stoic. You got to stay even keel. You got to stay balanced. And that's how this Philadelphia Eagles team has been getting through. They got the perfect combination of veterans, young bloods, and talent. This is a beautiful ride that we're on, and we should enjoy every step of the way. We should enjoy the speed bumps. We should enjoy the potholes. Enjoy this ride, y'all, because you deserve this. Your Philadelphia Phillies are in the World Series. The series is tied 1-1. We're coming back to Philly. The Phillies did their job splitting on the road. They did their job. You stole one on the road. Now it's time to bring it to the city. Let them know what we're about. Your Philadelphia Eagles are 7-0, taking care of business the way they're supposed to. Your Philadelphia Flyers are doing their thing. Your Philadelphia Union, the soccer team in the city, doing their thing. The Sixers, they got to tighten up. They got to tighten up. I'll say that much. But Tyrese Maxey looks good. James Harden looks good. You know, Joel Embiid, he's coming along. But coaching needs to be better. That's another conversation for another day. But overall, you should be happy that your Philadelphia Eagles doing what they're doing. You can't take it for granted. You got to appreciate it. You got to bask in it. You got to live in the moment. 1 week at a time, you guys. 1 week at a time. The goal is to go 1-0 every single week. And like I said, I'm sitting in the game. Well, I'm sitting in Ocean Casino Resort. Y'all know I work for JKIP Sports. I know I do a lot of work with those guys. Shout out to Joe Kraus, Xander Kraus. Shout out to those guys, man. But also shout out to Derek Gunn. Shout out to Seth Joyner. Shout out to Mark Farzetta. Shout out to Mike Missinelli, Devin Caney. Shout out to Ocean Casino. Shout out to all those guys, man. Shout out to my man. Shout out to my man James McKeith, our social media director over at JKIP Sports, man. You know, it's just I'm listening to Seth Joyner break down the game. I'm listening to Derek Gunn, Seth Joyner, and Mike Missinelli discuss what they're observing. And those guys know what they're talking about. Those guys are three of the best minds, three of the sharpest minds in this game. Understanding the game, dissecting the game, delivering the message. The passion Seth Joyner lives with and played by, and the passion that he uses in his analysis. He demands greatness. He demands damn near perfection. And I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. Because you see the way Seth Joyner presents himself. You see the way he handles his business. Perfection. So the Eagles should try to seek perfection, because even if you don't reach perfection, you still reach the point that you didn't think you could reach. So I think it's dope what the Eagles are doing. I'm excited for what the Eagles are doing, man. This is a great time to be alive. This is a great time to be a Philadelphia fan. This is a great time to be an Eagles fan, Phillies fan. This is a great time. This is a great time. This is a great time, you guys. Woods Duncan says, I want to bring my brother out to our first Eagles game. Your energy during that one tailgate with your dad was good energy. He said, you had my TD pregame. I was trying to tailgate with you and yours. Oh man, listen, my dad is the best, man. I love the whole vibe, man. I love all of it, you guys. But look, it's 11:18. I've been live for almost an hour and 30 minutes. I'm about to get out of here. Man, I appreciate y'all so much for locking in with me. Look, like this is a good time. The Eagles are 7-0. But again, it's about going 1-0 every single week. This Thursday, they got the Houston Texans. So they're on short rest. So it's going to be a quick turnaround. It's going to be a little tough. But Nick Sirianni had the mental awareness to sit his starters. 9 minutes left on the clock. They was balling. So he was able to rest his starters, especially the offensive line and so on and so forth. He was able to get those guys off the field, get them ahead of schedule in terms of recovery. So I like the way the coaching staff is responding to things. Prayers to Jordan Davis. Hopefully he makes a speedy recovery. Listen, y'all, we may not see Jordan Davis until about maybe 4 to 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks. It all depends. You never know how severe the MCLs. You never know how severe the high ankle sprain is. He still needs to get Jordan Davis still needs to get an MRI. So we're still gauging that. We're trying to figure out how bad that is. But overall, man, Jalen Hurts, 4 passing touchdowns, 285 yards, completed 68% of his passes, 140.6 passer rating, 80 quarterback rating. Miles Sanders, 9 carries, 78 yards, a touchdown. A.J. Brown, 6 catches, 156 yards, 3 touchdowns. Javon Hargrave, 2 sacks, a forced fumble. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, a sack, a tackle for loss, a forced fumble, a pass deflection. Man, you Philadelphia Eagles came to play. Then they're now 7-0. And I'll leave it at that, you guys. I appreciate y'all for locking in on the content. I'm your guy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. And fly, Eagles, fly.